The big extinctions of the dinosaurs. More than 225 million years ago, during the Triassic period, there were the first vertebrates that were bipedal and some evolved into quadrupeds, presenting a total of more than 1,000 species. Beings that populate the Earth of 160 million years, a time so big that we find it very difficult to understand, leaving us many unanswered questions. The times that correspond to the dinosaurs is the Mesozoic era, which began 225 million years and ended about 65 years ago. The existence of dinosaurs on Earth covers three periods that are Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous.
Dinosaurs are a diverse group of animals from the taxonomic, morphological, and ecological point of view. Using fossil evidence, paleontologists have identified about 500 different genera. They are represented on each continent by some are herbivorous, others carnivorous. The first dinosaurs were bipedal, but many groups included quadruped species. Some could alternate the two types of locomotion. Evidence suggests that egg laying and nest building were traits shared by all dinosaurs. Many dinosaurs were of large size. The largest sauropod dinosaur could have reached a length of 58 meters and 9.25 meters height. Paleontologists are sure that dinosaurs lived on all continents at the beginning of the dinosaur era. The continent we now were actually a single continent called Pangaea. This supercontinent gradually fragmented. These species come from that moment in which the world separated through the process of plate tectonics. The evolution of the dinosaur allowed to determine quickly the characteristics of new groups. In the stage that populate the Earth, they were the biggest existing animals. The sauropods are a group of dinosaurs, for example, represented the largest animals that have lived on the planet so far.
The theory most accepted by the scientific community about the extinction of dinosaurs on the border between the Cretaceous and Tertiary periods, a large of meteorite the size of a mountain from an asteroid hit Earth in what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, opening the submarine crater of Chicxulub about 200 kilometers in diameter. The violent impact not only caused the reign of the dinosaur, but also ended with more than 70% of all living species on the planet, causing one of the most terrible periods of extinction of all time. The temperatures increased drastically during a brief time in the first hours after the fall of the meteorite that caused that many dinosaurs died burned without remedy. In addition, the Hawk meteorite has a high amount of debris and debris that was thrown into the atmosphere and that surrounded the entire Earth. Where smaller species can survive? In an interview with Efe, the paleontologist and director of the Museum of Geology of Mexico City, Luis Espinosa, has pointed out of the group such as birds, mammals, or even other reptiles such as crocodiles. They managed to circumvent the planetary cataclysm that ended with the dominant group. This expert considered important to differentiate between the two most widespread hypotheses about extinction. One of them is that the impact of a meteorite of 10 kilometers in diameter annihilated them together with 70% of the species that inhabited the Earth, plunging the planet into the environmental catastrophe. A drastic climate change. The other theory holds that the population of dinosaurs was already very reduced and the disasters were present in the environments that ended with them, diseases that would come from the strong change in the climate experienced by the planet.
After several days of unbearable heat, the surface temperature of the Earth descended to levels compatible with life. But the world that the beings that survived knew until then had been devastated. The rest of the dinosaurs could not stand the change and also disappeared. Fortunately for us as a species, the small mammals that could hide in burrows and eat insects and aquatic plants, which were still relatively abundant after the impact, were able to survive.